What's up guys, KEVINCAGE here with another crypto update. We have a bunch to dive into today. So first up, shared by King Solomon or Ryan, retweeting Generation Infinity's latest video. This is a must watch. Essentially, the Bank of England confirms DLT rails and current system are already set up. So the Bank of England has established a new omnibus account in the current real-time gross settlement system to allow payment systems using distributed ledger technology to offer settlement and tokenized central bank money. So for those that don't actually believe that the crypto asset class is going to play a massive role in the future of DLT, tokenization, DePIN, finance, watch this video. There's so much information out there from the Big Four, from large organizations, central banks, large banks, etc., related to keynotes, different projects they're building, and they see a future in DLT. And I guess I should say we're past the point of just seeing a future because the Bank of England right here has live DLT settlement capability already in place today. And we know we have some big predictions out there for the crypto asset class, so we're currently at 2.3 trillion. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, is predicting the crypto asset class for this year to reach $5 trillion, around the 2 Fibonacci extension. We also have the bold prediction by Raoul from Real Vision Finance, a macro investor formerly at Goldman Sachs, predicting the cycle top to reach 12 trillion. Now, we don't know where the cycle top for the Bitcoin price chart will be. Will it be this year, next year, or even later? But a cycle top near a $12 trillion market cap for the crypto asset class in the future would be insane. Over time, it wouldn't be a surprise, but if it did happen very quickly, that would be insane for returns for alts. And whether or not you believe in that potential for the crypto asset class this year or over the coming years, I personally do. This market occurs in cycles. We have yet to see the first major move into all-time highs for the Bitcoin price chart. Structure-wise, we are fine. The Bitcoin price chart is in an uptrend. We're still holding above the 21-week EMA. Every crash, even close to these levels on the way up, it's scary. The higher the Bitcoin price chart goes, the better for alts, meaning the higher the cycle top is for Bitcoin, the better. And the difference could be huge. If you're entertaining Bitcoin to only top at 80K or 100K versus 150,000 plus, that's another $1 trillion in market cap. So per the current tokenomics, every $50,000 price move for the Bitcoin price chart is about $1 trillion in market cap. What's important to remember is that $1 trillion in market cap, where Bitcoin is already above that today, that does not require $1 trillion in actual liquid value or liquidity. It's a social construct. So I explained in previous videos Bitcoin dominance, the alt charts, how Bitcoin and the altcoin market performed last cycle, and showed the similarities that we have today. And every cycle has their similarities and differences, but these markets move in cycles. And historically, looking at the previous cycles, I don't think we're going to be in another 200 plus day range like this because we've already wicked into an all-time price. So typically, we shouldn't be hanging out here too long. So we haven't blasted straight up like 2020, barely even pulling back to this 21-week EMA besides early days. But in 2017, we did pop up, and 2 months later, we got that first major move taking out the previous high. If we were to follow anything similar in length where we pop up, crash back down, and then later draw that first major move, we should be getting up and out of here anytime between now and by the end of May at least. So just repeating stuff that I shared back in March, and there's no guarantee the lengths are going to be similar. I personally don't think we should be in a sideways range for a very long time. If we pull back to the 21-week EMA around this level in the 50Ks, I'm personally not worried because it's still similar to the structures of previous cycles and we've seen it before. It's just wild volatility. And we all know the crypto asset class, or the crypto market as a whole, is one of the most interesting markets in the world. It can be terrifying, it can be depressing, it can be boring, and it can be extremely exciting. For the past 10 plus years, more so referring to alts, I guess I should say 15 years for Bitcoin, having these big bull runs, multi-year bear market, bull run, multi-year bear market, bull run, multi-year bear market. It just seems like the length of every multi-year bear market, prices crashing or doing nothing, losing sentiment, bad news, is just the right amount of time to basically lower sentiment as much as possible before the boom. Next up, we have shared by Hedera and Aberdeen. So Aberdeen is a Hedera council member, a fund manager with over $600 billion in AUM. So they are tokenizing their money market funds on top of Hedera. So they've already tokenized $20 billion, but now we need liquidity into those funds. So this is really cool. Currently, our US dollar, euro, and pound money market funds are available in token form via our checks. We expect to significantly expand the range of tokenized access to our funds. And as a retail investor, I'm really familiar with sentiment. If you took me back to 2019 when HBAR first launched, I definitely would have thought we'd be at $1 by now in 2024. Even back to 2017 when I was reading news, reading articles, every single asset went up, I thought the whole world understood the benefits of tokenization and DLT. I didn't have an understanding of previous tech shifts or an understanding of how the market cycles operate in crypto or even just regulation with the SEC. And I know it's been one wild ride for every single investor. You can't explain what a full bear market or a full bull run feels like. It has to be experienced. You can show the price chart and explain what happened, but when you're actually in it, day in and day out, seeing the prices fluctuate, watching the portfolio go up, crash, or do absolutely nothing, it just has to be experienced. But anyways, Aberdeen here is a great example on Hedera's governing council, a fund manager with hundreds of billions of dollars in assets under management, tokenizing on top of Hedera. So there are so many chains out there, a lot of building, and there are a lot of legitimate projects. But keep in mind, Aberdeen is a company that is 100 years old. They even said in the interview when they were discussing Hedera, they're 100 years old. They have to move very slow. They have to test and trial everything. These are huge organizations. And I'm super excited to see the winning applications for any huge use cases on any of these networks in the future. Because the future is going to be multi-chain. There's going to be multiple networks, multiple assets, all interoperable with one another. Next up, for the XRP ledger, we have Apex 2024 that's taking place this June in Amsterdam. So this is a community summit with over 700 attendees, 70 plus speakers, and over 40 sessions. So we have this taking place in about 52 days. And different contributors below, including Amazon Web Services, Crossmark. We have PureSys, SBI Holdings, XP Market in this group, the UK Center for Blockchain Technology. And remember this guy Paolo, we covered him in a video this month of a tweet from Tokenizer and a tweet that Paolo made covering the XRP ledger itself. Professor at University College London, chairman of DLT Science, we can see Hedera background, quant background, and founder and ex-director of UK CBT. So these are the caliber of people that believe in the legitimacy of this asset class, pointing out Ripple in the XRP ledger connected to 300 financial institutions, pointing out regulations and how long it takes for tech shifts. Next up, shared by Casper, we have Roblox, one of the most popular games in the world, meets Casper. So in this clip, we have Casper's Javier explaining the integration of Roblox with Casper with the CrossX platform. So we can see CrossX, a layer 3 for the Roblox game. And this full 4-minute clip was shared by Rectvojak on Twitter. If you want to watch the whole thing, I'm probably just going to play a few tidbits.
Hey, my name is Javier. I'm talking from Paris Blockchain Week. As you know, I'm basically leading the product and some of the business development part as Casper Association, and I wanted to bring you some updates. I've been focusing for the last month actually to solve many of the burdens, the infrastructure issues or gaps that we have in the association, and one of the most important things is actually the capability to mint NFTs, to mint tokens, and to actually not have to create wallets when you are using an application. Some of these projects actually, or these features have been applied in different projects, specifically in gaming. Why I talk about gaming? I talk about gaming because it's one of the easiest way to understand how you can integrate blockchain. It is so easy to understand because everyone has been actually trading skins, using tokens for like the last 20 years, myself included. Right now, I'm actually focusing one of the projects that excite me more. One is called CrossX. CrossX is the first Web3 platform for Roblox game. Roblox has 72 million active users right now, with more than 3 billion revenue last year. So if we are targeting just 1% of that market, it means a huge success for the project. It means a huge success for Casper. How actually works? Right now, basically, you have games integrated on Roblox that you can access directly through Roblox platform or through CrossX Launchpad platform that is going to be released in a couple of months. The first game is actually CrossX Defenders, fully integrated with Casper's NFT minting from the application. So basically, you don't have to do anything. You just collect your asset while playing, and the NFTs are automatically minted and stored in your in-game wallet directly generated. How you actually logging into the game? It's simple. Just use your normal social login or your wallet to log in. But the wallet is automatically created if you want. You don't have to do actually anything.
So just wanted to play a minute or two, feel free to check the rest out. Javier also touches on Tornado Master, Jump Trade, and then Beast League launching. And notice the wallets are automatically generated, so it's making it more like a Web 2 experience. This is why all these networks are doing this, because the idea is when blockchain is running in the background for all these applications that the everyday user, one, doesn't need to know and shouldn't know. So the wallet's automatically generated, NFTs are automatically minted from the game, they're collected, they can be traded, there's a variety of tokens, Casper Gen tokens that you can collect, BTC tokens, different ones holding economic value, access to memberships, etc. Because blockchain is going to be more integrated to gaming each and every year, it's important because all of this is interoperable. So the whole idea of this is just establishing a common ground where all these gaming studios can come and build their solutions directly on Casper. And Roblox is a cool example because they are a major game right now, having 72 million active users and over $3 billion in revenue last year. And I'm excited for this, taking place on April 25th, shared by Generation Infinity, two digital titans unite. We have Lehman Baird, co-founder of Hedera, and John Wood, CTO over at the Algo Foundation. So we have it co-hosted with King Solomon and Darren Moore, and whenever I hear Lehman and also John Wood speak, because I try to catch every single interview I can see of them, I always learn something. I'm really excited for what they're doing with the DREC Alliance because it's not just for Algorand or not just for Hedera, this is for the entire space to be in a better position. And decentralized key recovery is a huge hurdle to adoption, so if they can solve this in a way that's not even dependent on blockchain, even better. And Lehman and John are real builders in this space, and I really appreciate what they do, and big thanks to Generation Infinity for putting this together. We have Ripple the other day sharing how blockchain can supercharge business-to-business payments. Projected to reach $31.7 billion by 2031, the global B2B payments market has service providers like traditional financial institutions, network giants like Visa and MasterCard, and innovative technology startups all promising modern solutions. B2B payments are the lifeblood of global commerce, yet inefficiencies, delays, and high cost remain the industry standard. Between manually generated invoices, think about that. The payment system is not automated. We don't have smart contracts and logic and just trusted code that can do these if and then statements. This can slow things down a lot. We have different approval structures in the hierarchy, so governance is an issue, and it's also different in different jurisdictions or maybe different companies and different regulations. There's not just one similar standard. Segregated ERP systems, and even just beyond payment, think about CRMs and databases. Every organization probably has a different architecture. So it's not interoperable, different payment gateways, different solutions on the traditional side and legacy infrastructure. It's crazy. And the rise and fracture of global supply chains only exacerbates the issue as B2B international payments introduce added layers of complexity and risk. We know there's a variety of crypto networks with use cases. Some have been around for years and others are just starting out with different track and trace solutions. And what's important with supply chain is now more and more enterprise customers are actually digitizing all of their information. And we need that to take place for different products, for different events in their whole supply chain because serialization, giving numbers, or just serializing these types of assets is important for anything to ever use a crypto solution for track and trace. So I can't believe we're in the year 2024, we're using regulation from the SEC with laws that were made 70 years ago before the internet even existed. We're using legacy infrastructure where there's still not certainty, there's a lot of opacity in the payments, with even an error rate sometimes existing. In the crypto asset class, in the scheme of things, when you compare other major asset classes, it's nascent. I know it's called a scam. You know what's a scam? Fractionalized reserve banking. You know what else is a scam? A credit score. They're all silly, they're all social constructs. Just because certain laws or something might be considered normal because it's been around for a lifetime doesn't mean it can't change in the future. We've seen dozens of different tech shifts, the rise of the cell phone, the rise of the internet, the rise of even smaller types of shifts like streaming a video when you can just buy it, or shopping online, and the rise of e-commerce and cloud. All of it was doubted, it was all critiqued early on. We're going to a digital world, and for some reason the concept of tokenization and DLT having redundancy, transparency, and an audit trail seems silly. Just because something takes a long time doesn't mean it won't happen. And we'll finish up with this. Remember, Amazon also crashed 95% in the early 2000s. It didn't break into a new all-time price for over 3,500 days. From these lows, decades later, doing a 500 to 600x. So of course, this is just an example of one of the most successful companies today, and what are going to be the future, in quotes, FANG stocks for the crypto asset class. The next Apple, the next Amazon, the next Netflix. Of course, we can speculate on the future value for Bitcoin, Ethereum, other assets in the top 10 and 20, but which of these networks that are around today or have yet to be created will be the biggest winners over the coming years? We're looking at the crypto asset class today at 2.3 trillion. Keep in mind the company Apple's market cap is larger than the entire crypto asset class still. So it's going to be one wild ride. We can also see the total market cap up here of these companies, $99 trillion. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I will catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.